Usually borders between countries are like barbed wire and fences and stuff. And this border is a giant lake.
Yes, friends, the time has come. The North China bike tour has finally commenced. Aysajan and I said goodbye to our cozy home in rural Hangzhou and took a day-long train ride to Zhejiang to start our year-long bike tour of the mysterious North.
So excited to be starting this North China bike tour right here in Zhejiang. Well, not right here. Harbin is actually a train layover for us. Our real starting destination is the border with Russia, but if y'all are interested in Russia, there are some mild Russian vibes that you can get when you're here in Harbin. Yeah, some of them are kind of gimmicky things for tourists, but there's also some real Russian vibes as well. So we're gonna see all of it.
But before I show you guys the cool architecture and the Russian grocery store and the chocolate Stalin, I must share with you the Under the Highway Bridge Grandma Band, because they too are very much a part of the spirit of Harbin.
It's so noisy. I love it. This is exactly what I wanted to see. 5-star performance from the grandmas with the drums.
Moments after I arrived on the scene, the grandmas took me under their wing.
This is the Northeast for you. People are hella friendly. So I have been to Zhejiang before, but he has not. This is his very first time experiencing anything in North China outside of Xinjiang. First impressions, how do you like Harbin?
东北人的口音真的不一样。这里的人不一样，他们特别友好，特别愿意和别人陌生人搭讪。
是的，就是是的意思，但是现在说的也少了。
Here on this little island that we just took a cable car to get to, there's this like fake mini Russia. And Aysajan and I are currently walking the perimeter, trying to assess whether it's worth actually buying a ticket to walk around in here. My guess is it's not, but I'm just curious, like, what is this thing? So we're just walking around looking at it from the fence.
In the end, we decided it wasn't worth an entrance ticket, especially when there are much more exciting things for free, such as the Russian grocery store.
So when you walk into a Chinese Russian grocery store, you'll see like the vast majority of items on the shelves are chocolate. And if you're in Harbin specifically, you will see this giant bread. And it might look appetizing, but I'm not gonna lie, I have tried this before and it is rock hard. It is the toughest, can you use that word for bread? Like just like the toughest, hardest bread I've ever tried in my entire life. I think it might be good if you take like a sledgehammer and like break it into pieces and put it in a soup or something. But I think the average customer in the store is just expecting you can like slice this and eat it with like butter or something, and you can't. And of course, you will see tons of sausages everywhere, but the best sausage in Harbin is actually like in this little tiny shop that people stand in line outside it for like 2 hours every morning to get that sausage, and trust me, it's worth it. And over here we have this entire wall of nutcrackers and nesting dolls. The funny thing about these dolls is that my Russian friend told me they're not even that common in Russia. Like, are these not the quintessential symbol of Russian culture to everyone else in the world? Wow. People in Harbin really love to carve stuff, let me tell you. During the winter, this place is known for its ice sculptures, and right now there's no ice, but there is a deer made out of chocolate. They carved a whole forest worth of animals out of chocolate. And at first I didn't actually know this was chocolate. I was just following the crowd and I was like, what does that smell? There's chocolate in here. So you might be tempted to like break off an ear and like take a little nibble, but they have a sign here telling you, hands off the chocolate animals or you're gonna pay 80,000 renminbi.
There's even a Stalin made out of chocolate. There's no Chairman Mao, but there's a Stalin in here made out of chocolate. Harbin is pretty close to the Russian border in China terms since it's such a huge country, but it's still 800 kilometers away. So where did all this Russian influence come from? It was actually colonized by Russians in the early 1900s. After World War II, the city wanted to get rid of all remnants of its colonial past, but nowadays it actually has kind of embraced its unique heritage, and the Russian-style architecture attracts a lot of visitors. We are wandering around St. Sophia's Cathedral, and I'm seeing some very interesting outfits around here. It's like Renaissance angel aesthetic. I don't know how else to describe this. Finally found a boy getting in on the action. So we took a little walk through the park, and now we are gonna go have dinner. I would like to get Russian food, but I keep seeing mixed reviews about every single restaurant. Update, we went into some Russian restaurants. I felt underwhelmed by the options, so we decided to get this instead. It is a bunch of rice with vegetables and egg wrapped in a lettuce leaf. Does the picky eater approve though? That's a very important detail. 可以吗, Nathan? 喜欢吗? Y'all, he likes it. It's a miracle. All hail the mighty lettuce burrito. As I mentioned earlier, this was actually a train layover for us. So in the evening, we headed to the train station to go to Mishan. All right, y'all, it is 10:30 p.m. It is 2 hours away from our train, and we've already arrived at the train station because like there's not a lot to do at this hour. And we got our bike all folded up here. This is the Black Stallion. You might remember from my porch. We are covering it with this trash bag so the wheels don't get anything dirty in the train, and we're ready to go. And I'm sure there'll be some longtime subscribers asking, what about the Red Stallion? My beloved Red Stallion is actually one of Dahan's older models and is now retired from long distance biking. And Dahan also sent us a new bike that we're gonna be trying out, but I'll have to show you that later because it's in a box right now. Update from the train station. We have about 1 hour left until our train departs. Just chilling here, getting some work done. And I just had to tell you guys that the whole train station smells like sausages. I've been here for an hour, so usually you go like nose blind to things, but it smells so much like sausages that you cannot go nose blind to it. Like I just keep smelling the sausages. Finally, the time came and we got on that train for an overnight ride to Mishan. 起来了，我们快到了，起来。上铺的日子。So even though we were on the top bunk, which is universally regarded to be the crappiest spot in the train, there was a good thing that happened, which was that nobody snored. And this is the very first one of these bed train rides I've been on where I didn't have to whip out the noise-canceling headphones one single time. Nobody snored. Nobody. Such a miracle. "30 minutes away from Mishan. So excited! Our bike tour is about to start. And I'm just looking at the landscape out the window right now. Spoiler alert, there's gonna be a lot of corn on this bike tour. The starting point of our bike tour is Xingkai Lake, which is shared between China and Russia. I know, it's so cute. Okay, as you can see here, Russia has most of the lake, tragically. Unfortunately, Russia has the bigger chunk. And China has, I would say, a cooler chunk though, because there's this strip in the middle here that we're on right now, and it gives you a really cool view of like both sides. All right, y'all, feast your eyes on the closest thing you can get to a beach here in Heilongjiang. Can you believe it? This is a lake. What the heck? Welcome to the China-Russia border, everyone. I'm sure this is not what you expected it to look like. It's a lake called Xingkai Lake, and it's so big that you can't even see the other side, but trust me, it's Russia. Okay, just take my word for it. There's Russia over there,
And there are actually waves in this thing because it's so big that it acts like a little ocean. These waves are bigger than a lot of beaches I've been to. Very nice. Very refreshing. Check out the tiki bar aesthetic. Oh my gosh, LOL. There's also a jet ski competition going on.
We stayed at a hotel about an hour away from this beach, and that was a more classic border aesthetic, barbed wire and fences. Although you couldn't really see the lake, we had fun in the village anyway.
Aysajan made a friend.
你们来的时候就骑自行车来的还是？
对，我们要骑到吉林。
骑到吉林，你从哪骑过来的？
我们刚开始呢，我们就是直接在这里开始。
你俩挺厉害，完他的美国更厉害，到咱中国这说话巴巴的，一点不打。
巴巴的。We are here at the village grocery store to pick up some midnight snacks. Corn. You can buy corn. Don't mind me, just chilling in the Chairman Mao themed convenience store. The shop owner has quite an impressive collection up here, one of which I actually have on my wall. I have that one.
We actually ended up spending an extra day in this place, editing videos, doing laundry, and enjoying the local cuisine.
There is no washing machine in the hotel we're staying at, but at that cute little restaurant we've been going to religiously, there is a washing machine. Here is the old-fashioned washing machine in action. So in the house with the washing machine, there's also this super cool retro room that you can rent a space in. You don't even rent like the whole room, you rent a space. So I guess theoretically there could be like multiple different strangers staying in this room together. It's built on top of this platform that you can burn wood or whatever underneath during the winter, and it's super warm and toasty. Check out the door. This is so like 70s vibes. The bead curtain. Wow, 什么东西? Yo, look at that thing. And Aysajan was asking for a cold beverage. They don't have a refrigerator for beverages. They just take a room temperature beverage and plop it in this freezing cold water, and it cools it down for you. How fascinating. Did you know eggplants here in Heilongjiang are yellow? I mean, I know it's the same vegetable, but it's just like weird, you know? Also, if anyone's curious, the cold water thing does work, but I feel like we should have come here like 2 hours ago and plopped it in there, and then it would be at an ideal temperature because it's not super cold, but it's got a little bit of a chill to it. Now let's try this yellow eggplant. Will you look at this thing? It is delicious though. The picky eater has enjoyed everything we've eaten in Heilongjiang, and I'm so happy.
The next day, we got back on our bikes and headed to the Mishan border gate.
And believe me, I would be going in there if Russia and the US didn't like hate each other. And it's so hard to get a Russian visa when you're an American living abroad, so it's just not happening. So when you're out here in these vast swaths of cornfields, you might feel like it's a bit of an unstimulating landscape, but actually there are always interesting little details hiding. People in the Northeast are very creative when it comes to naming their vegetables. Please look at the name of this. Fat Chick number 1. We have arrived at this tiny Russian border town. Check out how cute these buildings are. They're all super vibrant, super colorful. Our hotel is like this mint green color, and then the one next to it is pink. Check out that lime green building. And I personally feel like this kind of aesthetic should not be confined to a touristy area. Like, people should just embrace this in general. Like, would you not want your neighborhood to look like this? I don't understand why people have this like stigma against colorful buildings. Like, you can only have them in a touristy place or on like a beach or something. These should be everywhere. Of course, there's people selling fish and shrimp and stuff because we're right by the lake. And everywhere you go, there are people filming little dances in the middle of the road. Like, I'm on the Russian border, look at me in my cute outfit.
This is where we're staying. So cute. It even has little balconies. Of course, it has one of these 70s style beaded doors. This is the lobby with this super dramatic wooden fish tank over here in the back. Love it. The owners of this hotel actually recognized us from Chinese social media and they just gave us a Russian snack. Let me show you guys our room. It has a mahjong table. There is a whole mahjong table in our room. And you know how most hotels have like some generic scenery, some kind of like photo or painting on the wall? This hotel has this super faded photo of some random government leader. This looks like it's been on this wall for like 20 years. No idea who it is. There's no name, there's no background information at all about why I should care about this guy, but he's on our wall. There's also some crazy nightlife going on over at the other hotel. Okay, so the hotel next to ours is going crazy. They're having like a bonfire rave over here. In the next vlog, we'll be biking over 300 kilometers along the Russian border to the city of Mudanjiang. Heilongjiang isn't exactly a world-renowned biking destination, but we met so many friendly people and encountered so many interesting things that it was very much a worthwhile journey. Can't wait to share it with you guys, and I will see you in the next video.